Hello, my name is Bob Scott, and this is my second attempt at trying to explain some of the methods that I've been using over the last few years, especially with group work that I was involved in, covering a whole range of challenges. In fact, many of them just challenges that all of us have in life. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about the tool as it's known that I use, and give a little example of perhaps what might be happening at the moment when we're stuck inside a house. So first of all, I'm going to pull this in a little bit so that you can see hopefully the flip chart okay. So the tool that I use is called Space. It was developed by a man called Nick Edgerton and Stephen Palmer, who happens to be a professor. It was developed around 2001. It's known, this is part of Cognitive Behavioural Coaching. There are other tools other than Space that are used in it. This is one that I use, Cognitive Behavioural Coaching, CBC. The idea with CBC is to take CBT out of the therapy room and put it into common practice. And that's what I have been doing for the last, actually just over 10 years, since I first studied. So it's considered as a talking therapy, as you can probably tell, in CBT terms, however, as a coaching method in CBC terms. In other words, helping you understand what's going on for yourself. I can't use it in the way I would do normally, which is involving the audience to ask questions. So I've just made some hypothetical situations that I hope will ring true with some of us. Can be used in multiple ways for almost any endless mental health, positive or negative challenges. Doesn't have to be a negative challenge. And what it does is it works on the impact of any one or combinations of what we call social context, physiology, actions, cognitions and emotions. So this is perhaps a little bit better explanation of the SPACE model. So SPACE is the SPAC mnemonic, so S, social context, physiology, actions, cognitions and emotions. Just to expand on cognitions, because there's sometimes confusion over what that means. Cognitions are thoughts that we have, images in our head perhaps, memories and expectations that we have. And the belief of SPACE is that everything is connected. So for a simple example, if you were feeling angry, you may find that you are not deep breathing, you're shallow breathing. That may actually make you feel unwell. You could actually be unwell, but it might make you feel unwell. And your action might be to run away, lose your temper, multiple other things. So they're all connected. And what I've done is I've put just a little example of how this works. Just to say, if you're working on a one-to-one basis, there is a 3-colour pen approach to dealing with this, which I'm going to try and cover a little bit, but it's not the same, so it's slightly different with it being a group therapy situation here. So this is an example of SPACE. So social context at the moment might be locked down at home, and the green notes on here are perhaps what's going on. So first of all, we might be thinking, I can't stand this, I must go and meet somebody, this is terrible, I'm not going to survive, it's all right for other people, why me, why is this happening to me? Actions might be that we're comfort eating, we're watching TV, on social media, not getting dressed perhaps, sleeping during the day, and really not looking after ourselves. And then our emotions might well be sadness, anger, guilt, envy, it's all right for other people, frustration, and it could lead to real worry and anxiety, probably does for most of us anyway, and that can lead to depression as well, become really fed up. And our physiology, our body at that time, which potentially is going to be shallow breathing, it'll be aching, perhaps have some pains, headaches, we might even be sweating, sometimes we'll find our heart racing or even pounding, could feel quite unwell. And these things are all connected. So what we look at normally is other ideas, other things that we could do that might help us. So on the action side, we might eat well. We might limit our TV and social media. We might read a book, watch some comedy, watch some nature programs, look outside. If we can go outside, we might even go outside a little bit. And sleep at night only. Stay awake during the day, not just drift off to sleep, unless we're really tired, because we can get into a very poor sleep pattern. Wash, shower, bath and get ready in the morning, so the same as you would do normally. And on our thinking, we might think, well, instead of I can't stand this, I need to remember my strength. I'll be okay. I'm looking forward to meeting people again. I'll catch up by phone, text, video call in the meantime. Instead of I'm not going to survive, well, I will survive this. Yeah, it's all right for me too. Instead of it's all right for others, it's all right for me too. Why me? Well, why not me? Why someone else? These things. So change our thinking a little bit. On our emotions, the impact that might have is that we'll have a bit more contentment. And if we start behaving in a kind way, then we'll have an emotion, a feeling of kindness, compassion, and we'll get happiness and calm through it. And on our physiology, we can start and change this, or it can be an impact of the other things. So we can get into some deep breathing. 6 times 6 times 6 means 6 breaths for 6 minutes. So 6 breaths in a minute for 6 minutes. 6 breaths in a minute for 6 minutes. Twice a day if we can. And exercise, maybe 20 minutes a day, yeah? We can just do step-ups on the stairs, just gently do step-ups. Meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, it's a good time to learn how to meditate. And visualise happy times, visualise being outside, visualise seeing different friends, visualise this all being over as well. So lots more that we can add into that, but there's a basis of how space works. And the thing about it that is really interesting is that if you almost take any one of these that we've got here in the blue, you can impact on the others. So just to point that out, if we eat well, we might find that on our physiological side, our body feels better. If our body feels better, we might feel better about ourselves. If we feel better about ourselves, our emotions are more likely to be happiness and calm. So it's just picking one of those, yeah? If down here, the cognitions, I need to remember my strength and I'll be okay. Once we get to I'll be okay, chances are our breathing will get a little bit easier. If our breathing gets a little bit easier, again, our emotions are better and our actions will be better. We'll start thinking, well, actually, I'm going to read a book now. Or I'm actually going to just go on social media, something that's pleasant or funny or happy. So any one of these can impact on all the others. And that's what was established through all the study for many years through cognitive behavioural therapy. The other thing we can't do anything about here that we can often change is social context, because we're locked down at home. But within that, what I didn't write on there, but within lockdown at home, we can find different places at home where we can sit quietly and just use that time, perhaps to practice our breathing, perhaps to learn meditation, perhaps sit somewhere to have a read of a book, even if it's only for a short period of time. So depends whether we're on our own, depends whether we've got family there, what our relationship's like with all the family as well. But there's lots we can do. So that's it for now. It's just a basic example of space, and I really hope it's helpful. Thank you.